This video begins with a scientific overview of the female reproductive system. Here we see the clitoris, the vagina, the uterus, and the surrounding pelvic floor muscles. These organs work closely with a complex network of nerves and blood vessels. Understanding this anatomy is essential because each structure plays a specific role in the body's biological response. This foundation allows us to explore how signals, blood flow, and muscle activity change during the female sexual response cycle from a purely physiological perspective. The biological response begins in the brain. Sensory information is processed in regions responsible for emotion, attention, and autonomic function. Signals travel down the spinal cord and into the pelvic nerves, where the parasympathetic system becomes active. These nerves regulate blood flow, muscle tension, and sensitivity in the pelvic region. This process is reflexive, coordinated, and entirely physiological. Hormones play a major role in regulating the body's sexual response. Dopamine enhances motivation and reward signaling. Oxytocin strengthens emotional bonding and relaxation. Estrogen increases tissue elasticity and blood flow. Nitric oxide acts directly on blood vessels, causing them to widen. Together, these chemicals prepare the body for the physical changes that follow. One of the earliest physical responses is increased blood flow to the pelvic area. Blood vessels dilate, and erectile tissues in the clitoral region begin to fill. This process is known as vasocongestion. It is similar in principle to other vascular reactions in the body, such as blushing. The increased blood supply heightens sensitivity and prepares the tissues for additional physiological responses. The pelvic floor muscles play a central role in the female's sexual response. These muscles contract rhythmically in coordination with nerve signals. Their activity helps regulate pressure within the pelvis and enhances the internal physiological process. These contractions are involuntary and controlled by the autonomic nervous system. As blood flow increases, local nerves become more responsive. Sensory receptors activate more easily, sending stronger signals to the spinal cord and brain. This creates heightened physiological sensitivity. The process is purely neurobiological, involving electrical impulses and neurotransmitters moving along nerve fibers. Inside the pelvis, tissues undergo several changes. Oxygen-rich blood increases cellular activity, and soft tissues expand slightly. These effects are normal and part of a healthy biological response. The pelvic organs work together to manage pressure, circulation, and muscular tone. The autonomic nervous system carefully balances two opposing forces: the parasympathetic system, which promotes relaxation and blood flow, and the sympathetic system, which controls muscle tension and reflexes. These systems alternate and synchronize to create the full physiological experience. At this stage, rhythmic muscle activity becomes more pronounced. These contractions occur automatically, similar to how the diaphragm contracts during breathing. They are controlled by spinal reflexes and enhanced by nerve signaling from the brain and pelvis. The brain reaches its highest level of neural activity. Multiple regions fire together, including emotional centers and autonomic control areas. This synchronized activity marks the peak of the biological response. As the body enters the resolution phase, blood vessels slowly constrict, reducing pelvic pressure. Muscles relax, and hormone levels begin to stabilize. The nervous system shifts into a recovery mode, restoring balance to the body. The cycle ends with the body returning fully to its natural resting state. Blood flow, muscle tone, and neural activity return to baseline. This reset ensures that the reproductive system remains healthy and responsive in the future.